Welcome, NBA bettors from around the globe, to the Thursday edition of The Release Show. I'm your host, John Metler, sports betting analyst here at Covers.com. I'm joined by Adam Scherher from EV Analytics. Adam, we had a good Tuesday. We went to you went 2-0. De'Aaron Fox under rebounds. Trace Jackson Davis under rebounds. Not even a sweat. Steve Kerr pulled the plug really fast for you. How are you doing today?
Yeah, doing pretty well. That Trace Jackson Davis one was nice. Like, obviously, on a lot of these props, it's just, sort of trusting the numbers, and it can be tough to come up with like reasons behind them. But it was nice to see Jackson Davis play out sort of exactly like we talked about.
Yeah, when I saw him get pulled early, and then I was like, oh, he's not getting I'm like, Adam was all over this. He's not getting the minutes that like he was projected to get. And then at halftime, you get like that underdog notification tweet, and it's like Trace Jackson Davis will not be starting the second half. Jonathan Kuminga will be starting. I was like, cash it.
Yeah,
it's over.
Exactly.
Steve Kerr for the win. Thanks, Steve Kerr.
I was kind of annoyed because I'm still relatively new to sports betting, and so I don't like immediately do things that smarter people do. But I actually thought to try and ladder like his unders, but I couldn't. Whatever book actually was offering it wouldn't take my bets, and then like other ones only were offering it in one direction, so I couldn't get as much money down on it as I wanted.
Yeah, they'd be a little like he's not like a big enough name and stuff to like offer. There's been a couple of players I've been surprised. I haven't seen their props throughout the playoffs here. I thought we'd see more, but more like focus on the star players. But anyways,
and I assume going forward, maybe books kind of keep doing that thanks to Jonte Porter.
Yeah. We'll move on from that. Okay, so if you're new to the Release Show, first of all, like, subscribe, follow our channel. Let us know, if when you place the bet, where you place it, what number you got. Sometimes there's better numbers out there than maybe the one we even found, just because it's constantly moving. These games aren't tonight, they are tomorrow. So there's a chance it should be a little more static for us here than like the morning of day games. It's a little more fluid. Everything's happening a little faster. So it should be a little easier on us today. Also, let me know where you're watching from. This is important for me. I've been writing it down. Please let me know where you're watching from. We've had some pretty cool cities in there. So drop the city. Don't give me just the country. Give me the city too, please. And if you're never watched this before, Adam's from EV Analytics. They do prop projections. They're fantastic. They're really like, I use them every single day. If you don't trust me how awesome they are, Adam is 15-9 so far on the releases, and he's up 6.04 units. So that right there tells you. But these prop projections are on our Covers website. If you go to like NBA prop projections, all those numbers in there, those are from EV Analytics. You're just missing a little context because it's more just the projections. So that's why we have Adam here to release some bets for us. So what we'll do is we'll tell you the game we're betting on, we'll tell you what prop we are betting on, and we'll tell you the team or / player we're betting on, and then we'll have Adam break it down for us. So we're kind of like stalling a little bit to give you some time to log in as well. So we'll move on to the first release here, and we are going to FanDuel for the first release. And I can tell you this just from looking before we came on here, this prop is only at FanDuel currently, just because the game is tomorrow. So they're the only one who has put this on the board for this player. So we are looking for the Chicago Bulls Miami Heat game. There's just not many props out for this game in general because of Jimmy Butler too. And then we were looking for the rebounds market. And then the player we're looking at, perfect. The numbers there too. So it's Nikola Vucevic. We're going under 11.5 rebounds on Nikola Vucevic. So once again, that's Nikola Vucevic under 11.5 rebounds. This is only at FanDuel currently. No, they just haven't other sportsbooks haven't posted their numbers yet. So if you want to grab this one, you're gonna have to go to FanDuel. Adam, break this one down for us.
Yeah, I mean, this one's pretty much just projection based. There's nothing really to point to other than Miami isn't bad at limiting rebounds. They've allowed the 11th fewest rebounds per game to opponents this year. But we have Vooch projected for 37 minutes. Very reasonable projection for him. 9.6 rebounds. So you do have a little bit of wiggle room there. The line has slightly moved since it opened. Nothing crazy. But yeah, it just projects as a good price. We have him going under in 37 minutes. That's about what he played last night. Certainly, you could see him play more. Obviously, it's a game they need to win, but I think expecting around 37 minutes, very reasonable, and in a pretty unappealing spot, projects for the under.
Yeah. Oh, Fanatics also has boost. We have. I'm in Ontario, so we have PointsBet. They have PointsBet still in Ontario. Fanatics is taking over PointsBet in the States. So that's good. So if you're in the States, Fanatics also has the Vooch rebounds line. For Vucevic, I was just gonna say, his defense is obviously. I'm an Orlando Magic fan. I watched this guy play defense for several years. It's why we dealt him. His defense isn't strong. I would imagine you get a team like Miami Heat, Eric Spoelstra, and a game plan and like a pivotal game like this, they're gonna go after his pick and roll defense, and I feel like that could maybe drag his minutes down. Like if they're like just constantly like Tyler Hero and other guys are just constantly attacking him in the pick and roll, I feel like Billy Donovan might have to make a move defensively type thing. The Miami Heat just aren't a team that are gonna let you get away with that. They're gonna have a game plan to go after it. So I see that when you're saying 37 minutes there too for the under 11.5 rebounds, I can see that him maybe not getting to that 37 minutes. So that's the first release, Nikola Vucevic, under 11.5 rebounds, minus 113. So we'll move on to the second release here, and we're going to DraftKings. And the game we're looking for is Sacramento Kings, New Orleans Pelicans. And then we're also looking for the rebounds market, player rebounds. And we are good. The number's there. So the player is Larry Nance Jr. And we're going under 6.5 rebounds, minus 108 for Larry Nance Jr. So once again, that's Larry Nance Jr. under 6.5 rebounds, minus 108. Adam, if you want to break this one down for us.
Yeah, I mean, I think this one's kind of tricky just because there is so much volatility in the Pels rotation. No Zion means that you're most likely getting 48 combined minutes from Joval and Nance. In the previous games this season, Nance missed most of them. In the most recent one, we didn't get to see the closing lineup because the game was a blowout, but Nance played like 9.5 minutes in the first half. Joval played 22 total. Then Nance came in for a bit in the second half, and then it turned into a blowout. So you certainly could get a similar rotation to what we got last game where Nance played 28 minutes almost against the Lakers, and that would be bad here. But I do think it's also relatively likely you get some sort of like 23-25 or 24-24 split. That's pretty much how we have it projected, 24.5 minutes going to Nance, which does project him for just shy of 6 rebounds. This is, at minus 108, a pretty good price for that. And then on top of that, even if you do kind of get an extra minute or two for Nance, the Kings are generally good at limiting rebounds, bottom 10 or top 10, however you want to phrase it, in opponent rebounds allowed so far this season.
Yeah, the one thing that struck me when I was watching that Pelicans-Lakers game, like when you text us this bet, Larry Nance Jr. under rebounds, I was like, yeah, his minutes last game, that's very specific to the Lakers and like how they were trying to guard Anthony Davis and stuff. They just don't like that matchup of Jonas Valanciunas on Anthony Davis, so they've done that a couple of times. But Larry Nance gets elevated minutes, and they have a lot of guys that they can turn to. Like all of a sudden, Jose Alvarado can play 20 plus minutes. Dyson Daniels can come in for defense, play a bunch of minutes. And then with the Kings, you're not, Domantas Sabonis he's a really good center, but he's also kind of more perimeter oriented. So you're not really concerned about having a big guy inside Valanciunas and Nance. So they could go small too. And they have guys, Trey Murphy, they have a bunch of guys off the bench that they could swing this rotation kind of anyway. So I like this one. I like this one a lot.
I'd be more confident in if Zion were playing.
Yeah. Yeah. But Brandon Ingram they said he would get elevated minutes last game. He didn't, but I feel this time I'd be shocked if he's not. But if you're looking for this bet in other spots, BetMGM has minus 110. Thanks for the shout out there. I know FanDuel had minus 115 when we came on air here. So it does look like BetMGM is the second best price at minus 110 if you don't have DraftKings. Knoxville, I see you. Nice. That's a new city. Wichita, nice. Hello. We got a lot here. Paper City, I've never heard of that one, but Massachusetts, Connecticut, let's go. We're rolling in the States. 2 Connecticut's. So we'll move on to the third release here. And we're staying at DraftKings, and we're staying in this exact same game, Sacramento Kings, New Orleans Pelicans. And we're looking for a combo prop. This one is going to make you sweat for sure. Yeah. So the player we're looking at is De'Aaron Fox. And our number's there. Perfect. It's De'Aaron Fox under 38.5 points, rebounds, and assists. They're at 38.5. So once again, that's De'Aaron Fox under 38.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Adam, if you want to break this one down for us.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough spot for Fox. We did already see this line drop. It opened at 39.5. Now it's down to 38.5, minus 118 to minus 102. We have him projected for 40 minutes. We have him projected for 36.8 points plus rebounds plus assists. But it is a difficult matchup. The Pelicans are a good team at defending the pick and roll. They've allowed the sixth fewest points per possession to opposing ball handlers in the pick and roll. They've allowed the fewest field goal attempts per game to ball handlers in the pick and roll. Herb Jones, individually, a very, very good defender. And De'Aaron Fox averages the 11th most pick and roll possessions per game. He is good, but he's not elite in terms of efficiency. 77th percentile in terms of points per possession. If you go back and look at the games that he's played this year against Herb Jones, torched them last time out, which was like a week ago. 33 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists. Obviously, that's in De'Aaron Fox's range of outcomes. But 26 minutes in a game in January, 3 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. 40 minutes in December, 39 points plus rebounds plus assists. So, ballpark. 38 minutes in November, 26 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists. And 29 minutes also in November, 14 points, 2 rebounds, no assists. It's a tough matchup on paper. He has struggled in it, relative to this number in previous matchups this year. So, yeah, like you said, it's going to be a sweat. De'Aaron Fox is really good. He's going to play a lot of minutes, but it's a very difficult spot for him.
I vividly remember that one in December because I had the under and he went over. I think I had the under on his points prop and he went over. But I would say the same thing I was saying in December. The Pelicans have multiple good perimeter defenders. You highlighted Herb Jones, this guy's first team all defense. He should be at least. If it's not working, you have Dyson Daniels, you have Jose Alvarado. They have multiple guys. They can switch it up and put different people on Fox. That's why I bet it in December. That's why I'm fully on board here with this under 30.5 again this time, just because I do feel like the Pelicans have options. And though I think those options too, that could help you with the Larry Nance Jr. bet as well too. If they start bringing in some of those guys off the bench who are great perimeter defenders and they shuffle the minutes around, those two are kind of like tied together. We're getting there was a plus 100 someone or even money at FanDuel. So yeah, even money at FanDuel. So that's good. Go grab that one if you have FanDuel. That wasn't the price when we came on air here. They also have 39.5. What do you think about the 39.5 minus 122? Looks like FanDuel's just one higher, but higher juice, obviously. Pretty relative to the 30.5 even money.
What was 39.5 minus 122?
Yeah, 39.5 minus 122.
Yeah, I think that looks good as well.
Yeah, so it's just you're one higher, but your juice is higher, so it's pretty relative there.
That's pretty much where like a lot of the other books that opened. It looks like DraftKings, MGM, Caesars, all opened around 39.5 minus 118 to minus 125.
Okay. So the 3 bets, we'll just run through them quickly here again. It's Nikola Vucevic under 11.5 rebounds, minus 113 at FanDuel. Then we have Larry Nance Jr. under 6.5 rebounds, minus 108 at DraftKings. And the last one is De'Aaron Fox under 30.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Our release was minus 1 to DraftKings, but there's even money at FanDuel. So I'm guessing someone said 39.5 minus 122 is at FanDuel as well. I'm guessing you have to go to an alternate total. So the line they have right now is 39.5 minus 122. The alternate total is even money. That would be my guess there just from seeing the comments and stuff. Those are our 3 releases. Adam did go 2-0 on Tuesday. Before I let you go here, though, do you have any thoughts on the Philadelphia 76ers, New York Knicks series price?
Let's go Knicks. I don't get that price. I tweeted it out yesterday that I wasn't home. I didn't do any sort of research or anything, but it just struck me as a really bad price. And I know it struck a lot of other people that I think are good at betting the same way. Like Embiid's banged up. I'm pretty bearish on Embiid in general in the postseason, but that aside, he's clearly banged up. He's not at 100%. You have what's going to be a physical, difficult series against Hartenstein, Mitchell Robinson, the Knicks in general. The Knicks have been exceptional when Anunoby and Brunson are both healthy. Obviously they're missing Julius Randle, which sucks, but I just don't understand how their dogs are now, very, minus 105. Like I don't understand.
Yeah, I was laughing because I saw Adam tweet out. He's like, I'm betting the Knicks. He's like, I'm not at home. I don't have my laptop. I don't usually place bets when I'm in this scenario, but I just know this price is not correct. And I was laughing because I was doing the exact same thing as Adam. I decided to take one of my dogs for a walk in between the 2 games there. And our covers account tweeted out, they're like, oh, the Knicks are, I think it was plus 105 in the series price against the 76ers. And I was like, what? Like I got the push notification on the tweet, and I was like, there's no way they're underdogs against the 76ers. And like I thought about it, I was like, oh, I wish I had my laptop, same idea. And I was like, nope, it's gonna move. So I was like walking my dog and I placed the bet. I was like, I'm placing this right now. And I'm with you. I don't see either. I just don't think Joel Embiid is gonna play. Like if they go 7 games, I don't think he can survive the series. He did not look healthy at all last night. And like the Knicks are, like you said, Hartenstein, Mitchell Robinson, they have multiple guys. They're gonna make this really hard on him. I just don't see him. I don't know. I think the Knicks should be favored just in general, but like Embiid, man, they were even talking about last night in the game. Maxey wanted to run a 2-man game with him, and he had his hands on his knees and was telling him to go the other way. That's kind of concerning and stuff. So we're both on board with the Knicks here.
Like obviously Maxey's great. Maxey could just win the series, but outside of that, like where did the Sixers even go? Like Tobias Harris isn't that guy. They don't have. There's nobody else other than Maxey that I'm like worried about picking up and covering for Embiid basically.
Yeah. Were you watching the game last night?
Sort of. Like it was on. I was half.
Tobias Harris shot 1-3. I thought he was gonna break the backboard, and the whole place booed him after like an absolute brick off the back. Then he had another sequence where he missed like 4 layups. I'm like, if you had his rebounds props, like congrats, you just won. This guy grabbed 4 offensive rebounds in like 3 seconds, all off his own missed shots. It's crazy. He was getting booed like crazy though. But anyways, so those are releases. We'll be back. These games are tomorrow. The 2 playing games. There's no games tonight, but get them in early. That's the whole point. Beat the market on some of these prices. We'll be back Tuesday, 10:30 a.m. for more releases. Adam's up 6 units. Let's get a sweep on these tomorrow night. Go in up 9 units on Tuesday. That'd be awesome. So we'll be back Tuesday, 10:30 a.m. That concludes the NBA Prop Picks show for this week, powered by EV Analytics. Del, play the song.